ठीक आहे. बघा आता स्क्रीन शेअर करतोय. दिसतंय ना स्क्रीनवर?
हो सर, बट आवाजाचा प्रॉब्लेम आहे थोडा.
ओके, ठीक आहे.
My name is Professor Tirup Parmar. Now, before I start discussing this particular subject, let me make one thing very clear. I have basically made this notes in a question answer format, and I have scanned all the question from the year 2012 till 2016. All those papers I have added in this particular note. So you will find all the question in all my notes in question answer format only, and you can just follow that particular format only. It is very important to discuss all the previously asked questions, all the previously asked questions which are asked in university exam. So here we are going to discuss all those important questions, and this particular, if we are discussing 10 to 15 question per unit, that is also in detail, and a few topic which are linked with that particular topic. So this basically covers most of all the important topic which you need to study for this year's university exam. So I hope the point is clear. So let's start discussing. As you can see, this is our syllabus. ASP.NET with C#, or you can say C# with ASP.NET, nothing much difference. So this is our syllabus. As you can see, I have made this particular diagram so that you can easily understand what is our syllabus all about, and what are the most important topic which we need to study for this particular part. So before start discussing, let's just discuss what is our subject's name. So as we said, our subject's name is C# with ASP.NET. So basically we need to study two languages in this particular subject. One is C#. Now C# is a combination of C, C++ and Java language. So the best features from all this language, they combine together, and one name which is given to this particular language, that is C#. I hope this particular point is clear. So you will find syntax which are very much familiar, or which are very much similar to Java. So if you know basic Java, then you can easily code in C#, or if you know C#, then you can easily code in Java as well. Now we basically going to talk in detail about .NET framework. Now what we mean by framework? So let me make this point very clear. Framework. Let me give you one example. Suppose we have one freshly passed out civil engineer. Now ये जो civil engineer है, he is not that experienced. So अगर हम लोग बोलेंगे उसको, you need to develop one building here. So he is not that experienced, and this particular task is very difficult for him, right? And instead of that, if we say there are few experienced engineer who are there to help you, how they are going to help you? वो जो experience 5 to 10 years, minimum 5 to 10 years of experienced civil engineers है, they are going to help him out. First, they are going to help him like pillars. The building के pillars जो होते हैं, they are the most important part. If pillars of building are strong, then building is going to survive. Otherwise, building is going to collapse in future. So those experienced civil engineer will help him to build a strong pillar for that particular building. Then those experienced civil engineer, they are going to build 1 and 2 floors, for example. So abhi pillars are ready. So the base of our building is ready. 1 and 2 floors are ready. Now those experienced civil engineer will tell the fresher that this is how you are going to develop rest all other floors. As you can see that the building, the base of building and first second floor are ready. So now we just need to follow the same structure to develop our application further. So the basic, or the base which is required to develop any particular application, that base is basically provided by framework. So that's what we mean by framework. So if we talk about in terms of software, so whenever we talk about any particular software, few basic code is required. In each and every software, few basic codes are very much necessary. At the same time, if some fresher tries to develop any particular website, then it might possible someone might hack that particular website, or there are some loopholes, bugs, so many things might affect the website. And security wise, in short, security is not that we cannot trust a fresher engineer because he's not much experienced you don't know how and why and from where one can attack on that particular system and on which particular side he should provide security. And hence we basically use framework. Framework is some set of, they have huge set of base class library. Library means few classes have programs are already provided there. We just need to call those programs. So we don't need to write each and every code. Most of them are already provided in these class library. So here also we have which will help us to develop any kind of application which is possible using any particular dynamic language. For example, Java. We can develop those kind of application. Plus, .NET also supports multiple language. So they have multiple language support. For example, it supports ASP, then VB.NET and many other languages. I hope this particular point is clear. So we need to discuss two languages here. One is C#, second is ASP.NET. Now what we mean by C#? C# is a language which we basically use to develop console-based application. Now हम लोगों ने बहुत बार Java programs we executed. Whenever we execute Java program, उसका output जो है that basically get the output on command prompt. So that command prompt is console. We don't have much GUI or any other facility provided there. So if you want to develop such console-based application, that time we use C#. And if you want to develop some web pages or website, that time we use ASP. ASP stands for Active Server Pages. So, this is our syllabus. Let's just discuss this. What they have provided in your syllabus for university. So as you can see, we need to discuss what is .NET Framework, then introduction to C#, then defining classes and class members, and then in Unit 2 we are going to discuss about what is assembly, of assembly, assembly. What do you mean by garbage collector? We have heard about garbage Java while studying Java second year. Then we have JIT, that is just-in-time compiler. What we mean by namespaces, like we have packages in Java. The same way we have instead of package we have namespaces are collection of similar type of classes. Then delegates, events. What do you mean by that? Then introduction to ASP.NET 4. Then CSS, cascading style sheets, and in Unit 3 we are going to discuss about server control, how to program web pages using ASP.NET, how to put validations on those particular part, and many other things. So let's start discussing this particular part. So I've already provided, and we do have many sub points under this. As you can see, I have plus provided plus sign here. So that means there are more points. So as we continue with our lecture series, we'll discuss what are other sub points which are provided here as well. So for now, we are going to discuss Unit 1 only. And one more thing, you will find a link in a video description section from where you can download the same notes. And one more thing, I'm going to provide you for all 4 subjects, that is NS, then ASP, software testing and Linux. For all these 4 subjects, I'm going to provide you notes as well as video lecture. That is also unit wise. Remember, unit wise I'm going to provide, because I'm also preparing those notes unit wise only. So before I start with any next unit, you will find all those notes link in video description section only. So you can just download all 4 subjects except Java. Basically, I need to work a bit for Java. So right now I'm not preparing for Java. In future I might be if I get time, but for now I'm going to provide notes for all these 4 subjects. I hope this particular point is clear. So let's start discussing. So this is as you can see, these are our main important topics which we need to discuss with respect to Unit 1. So first, .NET Framework, and in introduction to C#, we are going to discuss what we mean by variable, what different types of expressions provided here, then what are flow controls, functions, debugging, error handling, then different object-oriented concepts which are present in C#. Object-oriented concepts means inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, then many different points, and how to define classes and how to add or how to manage class members, and many other points we are going to discuss in this particular unit. So let's start discussing. Now this is our unit 1 and this is question 1. Now remember one thing, I'm not providing or I'm not writing any year here because it is very time consuming to scan all those papers and check how many times this question is repeated. So remember, whatever question I'm adding in this particular notes, all those questions are very important with respect to our final exam. You are not supposed to skip any single question. All these questions are very important. I hope this particular point is clear. So the first question which we are going to discuss is, as you can see, the first question is what is .NET Framework and explain its architecture with the help of diagram. Remember, I have provided diagram here, and you will find one or the other picture or diagram linked with most of all questions. Wherever diagram is required, I have provided diagram there. So while writing answer in university as well, you have to memorize this particular diagram. If you are not be able to memorize all these points, it's okay, but at least memorize this diagram, which will help you to enhance your answer. I hope this particular point is clear. So let's start discussing. As you can see here, first point, .NET Framework is a platform. This is very simple, which is developed by Microsoft. We all know this. Now, the most important point which we need to remember here is this framework helps us for building or developing our application, then deploying. What we mean by deployment, once we done developing our application, then we need to deploy it to client side. Means once we are done creating or developing that particular software, then we need to hand over that software for software to our customers. So that's what we mean by deploying. And running applications and services. So we can basically run different .NET based applications here, as well as we can provide different services as well, web services basically. So using .NET technology, so we can provide, we can develop two types of applications here. One is desktop application and second is web services. Now, when we talk about desktop application, in today's time, most of your client demands web applications or web-based services only. So very few time you will find that someone is developing some application which is desktop based only, which we cannot access from internet or from our mobile phones. So mainly we basically focus more on web services. Remember this part. Now let's discuss this particular diagram. As you can see, I have provided this particular picture here. So what we have here at bottom, we have operating system. Obviously operating system is the most important part which is required to run any application. The base is operating system through which user can interact with hardware or user can interact easily with our computer systems, and they can give some command. In return, computer will generate output for them with the help of operating system. So as you can see in our Visual Studio .NET Framework architecture, at bottom we have operating system. This operating system might be anyone, Windows, Linux or Mac or Solaris or Unix as well. So basically .NET Framework is available, or it supports, it gives supports to multiple operating system. Sorry. Then something like we have common language runtime. What we mean by this common language runtime? Basically, it provides you one platform where we can execute multiple languages. Like we can easily remember virtual machines example. So if I want to execute or if I want to use multiple operating system on my computer, so instead of installing those operating system directly on my computer, what I will do, I'm going to use Oracle Virtual Machine or Microsoft or VMware. So on those particular software, I can install multiple operating system and I can run multiple operating systems simultaneously. So that's what we mean by common language runtime. It works exactly same like virtual machine. So basically it provides virtual environment where we can execute applications which are written in multiple different languages. So a common runtime platform or a virtual platform provided by .NET Framework to execute language or applications developed in multiple languages. Now we have operating system. Above that we have virtual environment where we can execute multiple application developed in multiple languages: C#, ASP.NET, J#, VB.NET, etc., etc. So if you want to develop any type of application in any language, what we need base class library. So here we have base class library. Then above that we have ADO.NET and XML. Basically we are talking about database. Then above that, as you can see, we have web forms, web services. So basically we provide different web services as well. What type of web services we are talking about? For example, if you make any transaction from ATM, you receive SMS as well as an email. So that's what we mean by web services. Or if you demand something in return, you are getting something from them. So that's what we mean by web services. So many different web services are also provided here. Then we also have many mobile controls here, and here as you can see we have Windows Form as well, which we can use for desktop based application. So, and above this particular part we have common language specification. So that it means you develop application in any above language, it basically executes or run those particular application in same way only, in a common way only. I hope this particular point is clear. So for all these different languages, we have common specifications only. So we are not that concerned. Now remember, this is very important concept. जब भी ये concept नहीं था, तो many developers they basically face a lot of problem basically. Suppose if I am a developer, Abhi, I want to develop something in .NET. Now, from last 3 years, I'm working on ASP or .NET framework, or I'm developing application using some .NET technologies only. Abhi, I'm very much familiar with this particular platform or this particular language. And suddenly, if someone says that now I need to start developing Java-based application, then it is quite difficult for me, because why I also need to learn different application. Different IDE or a software development software, for example Eclipse or NetBeans. So वहाँ पे I also need to use or I also need to learn different commands there. For example, we all are much of many user basically uses Windows operating system. Abhi, instead of Windows operating system, if I directly tell you that now onwards you need to start working on Linux operating system, then it is quite difficult for many of the users. Why? Because we are not that much familiar with that particular software or an operating system. So वहाँ पे we find very difficulty while executing or while working or while performing our day-to-day task. Instead of that, if I say कि we need to use Linux operating system, where it provides you same GUI or same type of format like our Windows operating system, and same type of shortcut keys or same type of command will also work in Linux operating system. So now it is very easy for most of users to use Linux as well. Why? Because it is very much similar to Windows operating system. How we work in Windows operating system, the same way we can work in Linux operating system as well. So now in this particular example, technology, if there is a change in technology, that does not affect much to our developers. The same way, here also we are providing common language specification, where you can develop using a same software, you can develop application in multiple languages. So it won't create much confusion for our developers. So if you want to develop something like as you can see here, if you want to develop something in VB.NET, C++, C#, J#, or C or embedded C, that also we can develop here. Plus one more thing, we do have one facility provided by Microsoft, that is Silverlight. Using this particular part, we can start developing PHP Java based application also using the same type of an framework. I hope this particular point is clear. So let's discuss what are the points related here. Now remember one thing which is very much important. You need to prepare your whether you use any notes, for example my notes or some other classes notes or notes which is provided in your colleges or somewhere. You have to develop your own notes. Fetch most important keywords from the from each and every question. Put those keywords at some place. Make your customized notes, and that will only help you to revise the whole subject within 1 to 2 hours before exam. Remember, you have to revise the whole subject at least 6 to 7 times before you attempt your final exam. 6 to 7 times. Remember, 6 to 7 times you have to revise. Then only you can reproduce something in your exam. Otherwise, otherwise, as we know, most of student क्या करेंगे, they are going to add some or the other points, only tukka maro in short, or write any such XYZ rubbish thing in your paper, and that will help you to at least clear exam if you are lucky enough, but it won't help you to score good marks. And as we know, every year competition gets tougher and tougher, so to stay in competition you have to score good marks. I hope this particular point is clear. So let's discuss this particular question. It is a platform for application developer. A very common point. We don't need to ratify anything here, or we don't need to memorize either. Now, which point we need to remember here? One point which we need to remember is this particular framework supports multiple language and cross language integration. Multiple language, as we already know, it supports large set of languages supported by .NET framework, as well as it also supports cross language integration. What do we mean by cross language integration? If something is developed in Java, I can add those particular project on this platform, and I can utilize classes and functions which are developed on those particular languages. So we can integrate application which are developed in multiple different languages at one place, and we can use it as a single software. So that's what we mean by cross language integration. Now it has IDE, integrated development environment. Let me give you an example. Suppose if we are writing a Java program using Notepad. Now Notepad is very simple thing. Whatever lines we write there, subline black ही दिखते हैं. So it is very difficult to identify errors or whether you are making some syntactical mistakes or not. And if you execute your program, you are facing some error then or warnings, then also it is very difficult to resolve those errors or mistakes. But instead of that, if I use a software like Eclipse or Eclipse or many other software, like we have NetBeans for example, so those particular software help you to develop this particular application much rapidly. Why? If I want to write something, if I start typing system.out.println, तो वहाँ पे suggestions आएंगे. I just need to choose those particular drop down में जो भी suggestions है, I just need to choose one. So I don't need to write each and everything there. Plus, if there are some syntactical error done by me, for example, अगर मैं semicolon भूल गया और double quotes, if I forgot to add double quotes there, then वो line के आगे cross mark आ जाएगा. That means that line is marked in red, so that so I can easily understand that I have made some syntactical mistakes there. Plus, while executing your program, if your program throws some runtime error, so this type of software basically helps you to resolve those error as well. It will suggest you that you should add this type of exceptions here to resolve this particular error. So it means it helps us at each and every phase of development, and so that we can rapidly develop any particular application, and hence it is very much important to use such IDE. Remember, IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment, which basically helps us to rapidly develop any type of environment. So 2 points are very important here. First is multiple language and cross language integration. Second is IDE. Then we have something, framework is a set of utility, or can say building blocks of our application. So nothing much here. You can easily remember this particular point, or you can write in your own language as well. Next point is .NET framework provides interoperability between languages. As we say, common type system, it provides a one system only where we can operate or we can develop application in multiple languages. So using the same software, we can develop application in multiple languages. So that's what we mean by common type system. For multiple languages, interoperability is allowed. CTS. Next point is .NET framework also includes .NET Common Language Runtime. As we already said, Common Language Runtime I already discussed. I have given you virtual machine example. I hope this particular point is clear. And the last is it has huge set of library present on this. So I hope this particular question is clear to you. Now, many a time you might face that paper is quite tough or some questions are twisted. So how they basically twist the question? So instead of asking for .NET framework, someone will ask you an exam like explain the components of .NET framework. So there are only very much difference between these two questions, or you can say the question is twisted a bit only. So if someone asks you for .NET framework, ऊपर वाला diagram, or if someone asks you for components of .NET framework, so this one diagram is more than enough for this. So consequence points we need to remember here. As you can see, the first point, .NET we have .NET compliant languages, like we have multi-language support here. VC, then we have .NET, ASP.NET, C#, J#, and many other things. The same way, it helps us to support or develop Windows Form, Web Form, and also to provide web services, which we already discussed. So as you can see, we have fetched few points from above diagram only. So you don't need to learn anything new here. Everything which you are present in this particular diagram is already provided in that .NET framework wala diagram. So we should know what are the components. So अगर आपको सिर्फ components पूछे, then we don't need to draw the whole framework. Remember, we only need to add this many points. So ऊपर ये आएगा. In second layer, we just need to add or write about base class library, and in last we need to write about CLR, that is common language runtime. And if you are not be able to remember all the points, at least you have to memorize these 3 points. What are the components and what are the purpose? 3 points. It basically provides user interface and programs. Second is base class library. Third is CLR. So जो यहाँ पे 3 layers है, those 3 points I have added here. So let's discuss this. So user interface means console application एक तो बनेगा using C# as we already discussed. Second is Windows application बनेगा या फिर web application we can develop. Base class library, a library, we have a huge set of libraries. सारे programs are already developed there. So instead of writing code for each and every other logic which you try to develop, what we need to do, we just need to inherit those classes which are present on those library. तो हम लोगों को सब कुछ कोड करने की जरूरत नहीं होगी. I hope this particular point is clear. So base class library is one of component of .NET. It supplies a library of base classes that we can use to implement application very quickly without developing much. And same way CLR, I already give you example of virtual machine. As you can see, the same is given here as well. So this particular question is clear. Now we'll start discussing, and if you want to follow me, you can follow me here as well. You can just subscribe this particular channel for my future lectures as well. So I'll be uploading all my other lectures on this particular channel only for all the 4 subjects of TY, one or two subject of FY and SY as well. Let's start discussing second question. What is the second question? Short note on .NET Framework Base Class Library. Now, I have given you this particular picture here. As you can see, .NET Framework Base Class Library. Now, you don't need to memorize each and everything, but if you refer these notes 4 to 5 times, so at least kuch to yaad rahega. So what we need to memorize here? First, just try to memorize that we have some library which is called as system.web. This point. And if we talk about web, तो web के अंदर क्या आएगा? We have HTML control or web controls. At least you can memorize this much. अगर ये बाकी सब याद नहीं रहता है, at least try to memorize these 2 points. When we talk about system.windows.forms, so अभी forms आ गया, तो form means क्या होगा? Form will be come in design section, है ना? So if you are not be able to remember this particular component model box, no issues. At least try to remember 1 point from this. Then if we talk about system.drawing, drawing means drawing something. So क्या draw करेंगे? 2D object obviously, or we are going to draw some multimedia based text, and we can also provide some printing or imaging type of a things. I hope this particular point. Then system.xml, so यहाँ पे XML related कुछ चीजें रहेंगे. Then system.data, so if we talk about data, तो data में क्या आएगा? SQL client, SQL types, etc. And finally, we have one of the main package here, which is called as system. So system के अंदर we have huge set of things present here. Runtime, security provides remoting, serialization, threading. क्या होता है threading? We'll discuss in our future questions as well. Then collections, configuration, diagnosis, globalization. You don't need to memorize everything. Try to memorize 2-3 points from here, like input, output, net, texting, or threading, or runtime, something like that. Now, why I'm showing this particular diagram to you? Remember, if you start writing your question by adding this particular type of points, it will highlight your question more, and examiner will get the knowledge. Examiner को ये समझ में आएगा that you know something in your subject, so you can score good marks. I hope this particular thing is clear to you. Now let's start discussing what we mean by base class library. As we already discussed, why do we need a library? Library means something which can help us to develop our application very rapidly. So if I want to develop one program for calculator, so I don't need to write each and every code for that calculator. No, addition, subtraction, multiplication, these are very common things.
हॅलो.
हा सर बोला.
हा, जे लास्ट लेक्चर आहे तुमचं आता ते तुम्हाला लिंक देतो. ओके,
हा
त्याच्यावरून तुम्ही जॉईन करा आणि ह्यातला जेवढं झालंय आता नेक्स्ट लेक्चरला मी व्हिडिओ प्ले करेन. यातलं राहिलेला ना पार्ट
हा
झालंय ते सांगा मला आणि तिथनं ऐका. ओके
हो
ओके ठीक आहे, करतो लिंक.
हो ठीक आहे सर.